Hello everybody, I will be right back. How is everyone? I'm off camera. Hang in there. This is Wine with Dave. I am here. I had some technical issues with a camera. That's what happens with live. You got to get things all set up before you go live. How is everybody? It's wine o'clock. It's going to be wine o'clock for the next hour. I'm glad everyone's settled in here. We got a bunch of people watching. Put in where you're from. Just type in your town and how you feeling, whatever. You could do whatever you want. I am actually not drinking wine tonight. I'm going straight water all the way. Straight water. How's everybody doing? This is Wine with Dave, as the logo says, and it is wine o'clock. It's episode 58. Man, I've been doing this since April 1st. I am pretty psyched. If this is your first time watching the show, go ahead and follow me. Just go to the very top of the screen, click on follow. Liking me is good, but following me is love. So just put in what town you're from. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this show on any other page other than the Wine with Dave show page, Wine with Dave page, you won't be able to leave a comment that shows up on the screen like that, right on my forehead. You won't be able to get that, okay? So if you want to leave a comment, and tonight's guest is definitely comment worthy. I want you to ask a lot of questions, get to know this guy. He's really good, super talented. He's awesome. Like Jamie Dorsey says, hi. Hi, Jamie. He's in the house. Another guitar player. What do we got? We got Heather Lee McLaren. Hello, drinking red in Scituate. Nice. That's cool. I should do that. Put down what you're drinking and what town you are in, and we will have fun. Scituate, Rhode Island. Good to see you, Heather. All right, episode 58. We're going to get into this because I have a lot of questions for the guest. And let me just make sure I got everything set up here. Yep. Got that. Man, I'm like an engineer, the writer, the host, the whole thing. I'm clicking buttons and pulling strings. Let's get into this next segment. Guys, this is really cool. People like this. And this is interactive, okay? It's called Did You Know? Ready? Here we go. Did you know? Did you know? Let me put this down a little bit. So did you know that there's an island called Just Enough Room, where there's just enough room for a tree and a house? It's true. Did you know that? An island called Just Enough Room. Did you know that the collective name for a group of unicorns is called a blessing? Blessing of Unicorns. There's a pop band name for you. Boy band, the Blessing of Unicorns. Did you know that mob boss Vincent Gigante used to wander around New York City in his bathrobe to convince the police that he was insane so he could avoid capture? True, look it up. Vincent Gigante and his bathrobe escapades. If you're just tuning in, this is Wine with Dave. I'm Dave England, your host. And this is Did You Know? Did you know there's a town in India? This is true. There's a town in India called Santa Claus. I bet you didn't know that. Where'd you get that curry? Oh, I got that in Santa Claus, India. You'll never hear that again. You know you're not allowed to swear if playing in Wimbledon? Because of this, line judges have to learn curse words in every single language. Can't swear in Wimbledon. Can't do it. Originating in Berlin in 2008, aggressive sitting became a sport. Aggressive sitting. You can purchase a special stool for this sport for around $70. It's a special stool. The aggressive sitting stool. Courtney is here. Hi, Dave. Hi, Courtney. glad. Stick around. Got some questions for you, Courtney. Hopefully you'll be able to guess these. What else do we have here? What other ones? Berlin. Isn't that weird? There's a sport called aggressive sitting. Did you know that the cucumber can actually cure bad breath? Good to know. Bring a cucumber on the road with you. Cucumbers, bad breath. Did you know that crows can remember the faces of individual humans? I bet you didn't know that. Oh, and they can also hold a grudge. Crows can remember your face and they can hold a grudge. Like my glasses, Wine with Dave glass. They're not for sale though. It's only one of a kind. In America, here's an interactive question. In America, it's a federal crime to use your roommate or your friend's what? Okay, so just put in crime and what is the crime. Only in America. If you use your friend or your roommate's something, it's a crime. It's actually a federal crime. What is it? She Sells Seashells by the Seashore was written about a female paleontologist from the 1800s. True story. She actually sold dinosaur bones and fossilized shells. It was a true story. That's where they came from. She Sells Seashells by the Seashore. That's a real woman. The 1800s. All right, second question. There are more than 70 species of mushrooms that do what? They do something very unique. There's more than 70 species of mushrooms and they do something. What do you think they do? What would a mushroom do? I bet you're going to get it wrong. Another term for your nieces and nephews would be nibblings. Did you know that? Nibblings. You can call your nephew or your niece my little nibbling. Or not. Depending on how you feel. All right, third question. Iceland has a dating app that stops you from doing what? Iceland, dating app. Stops you from doing what? And that ends, did you know? Did you know? Okay, we're going to go over the questions again. Ready? Who do we have here? What do we have here? Sal, have a cute, Dave, trust me. Yeah, my breath can be rough. It can be rough. All right, we'll get rid of his comment because that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Let me take all these things down. All right, in America, it's a federal crime to use your roommate or your friend's what? Did you guess? Anybody guess? Heather Lee McLaren thinks toothbrush. Okay, we got one vote. Sal, toothbrush. Only 2 people voting on that one, huh? Got a lot of people watching tonight. We send this feed out to a lot of pages. Come on, if you want to guess, and you're already guessing, but your answer isn't showing up, you got to go to the Facebook page called Wine with Dave. Then you can just type in and have fun. It's good. Guess tonight's great, so you want to come over, leave comments. Come on. All right, no one else is guessing. I'm going to give you the answer. Let me see. Okay, so here it is. Ready? In America, it's a federal crime to use your roommate or your friend's Netflix account. Yeah, that's a federal crime. You can't do that. Can't do it. If you want to watch Tiger King, spend the $12 or you are committing a crime. All right, next one. There are more than 70 species of mushrooms that do what? That toothbrush. No, that was the wrong one. Heather says make you hallucinate. Good guess. Good guess. Sal thinks mushrooms cause bad breath, making the ingester require a cucumber. All right, you're busting me now. You're busting me. You're hacking my show, dude. You're hacking my show. Hallucinate. Anyone else? 70 species of mushrooms. What do they do? You want to know what the answer is? They glow in the dark. Come on, people. More than 70 species of mushrooms. They actually glow in the dark. And the last one. Iceland has a dating app that stops you from doing something. What does it stop you from doing? Let's see. A lot of people saying stuff. Heather thinks posting nudes. No, that's not true. Iceland's pretty crazy. I was in Iceland. I loved it. They go in the Blue Lagoon. They go skinny dipping, so it wouldn't be that. But good guess. Jamie thinks dating. So the question is, Iceland has a dating app that stops you from dating? No, that wouldn't make sense. It's a dating app. Stop you from dating. All right, no one else is guessing. Oh, here we go. Oh, Sal, dating your relative. Yes, he got it. We got a winner. Iceland has a dating app that stops you from hooking up with your cousin, from your nibblings. Isn't that interesting, huh? Interesting stuff. All right, that's it. That's all I have for, what do we call that? Did you know? I like Did You Know. Did you know is cool. Hey, you know what today is? Today is August 6th. Let me go over here. Let me switch my stuff here. Yeah, over here. All right. Today is this day. Look at that. Look at the glow. Look at the glow from that. Today is August 6th, people. National IPA Day. Isn't that cool? The IPA seems to have developed out an idea from the 1700s. When shipping ale to India, adding hops to the beer increased the longevity of the brew. Brewers thought that hops preserved the beer for long voyages to hot climates. No one knows for sure when or who coined the name India Pale Ale. That might be something to look up. Depending on the length of fermentation, the tannins may cause some bitterness in the beer, even after adding the hops. While IPAs have a reputation of being bitter and hoppy, not all are. They also tend to be crispier than other beers. I love IPAs. Do you? Type it in. Do you like an IPA? What's your favorite kind of beer? What's your favorite kind of beer? I love IPAs. Nice and crisp. I like the hoppies. I actually sneeze when I drink hoppy beer. I think I'm allergic to hops. I take 2 sips and it's just I'm having a sneezing fit, but I love it. But isn't that cool? Look at that. Look at the glow from that thing. That's pretty intense. All right, I'm going to turn that thing off. Guess what today is? Anybody know what today? We have a birthday boy in the room. Also born today, Andy Warhol. Huh? Andy Warhol, pop artist and producer, and founder of the pop art movement, produced and managed the Velvet Underground, classic band. Designed the 1967 Velvet Underground and Nico, the Peeled Banana album. Remember that? I had that. We all had that. Peeled Banana cover. And the Rolling Stones Sticky Finger with the actual zipper. Very expensive album cover. He designed that. Warhol died on February 22nd, 1987 after a gallbladder operation. Andy would have been 92 years old today. He might have still been alive. And I would venture to say that he would probably have white hair if he was 92. It's my little joke. It's a free joke of the night. What else do we have? What else happened? We're moving things along. Ooh, this guy. Check this out. 57 years ago tonight, August 6, 1963. Tonight, 57 years ago, in the evening at Studio A of the Columbia Recording Studio, New York City, Bob Dylan recorded the first session produced by Tom Wilson for the album The Times They Are A-Changin'. This is Dylan's third studio album, but his first of original material. The title track being one of Dylan's most famous. The album consists mostly of stark, sparsely arranged story songs concerning issues such as racism, poverty, and social change. Great album. If you don't own The Times They Are A-Changin', you aren't alive, friends. Great album. Excellent album. First one of all of his originals. The other two, I haven't even heard the other two, but they were covers. Interesting. Guess what else happened tonight? Anybody? These guys happened tonight. Yeah, August 6, 1965, Decca Records released the very first debut single of the Small Faces, What You Gonna Do About It? Great song. Wicked R&B, old school, or like early Who, big jaggly guitars. It peaked at number 14 on the UK chart. I was going to play a video, but I'm not. Don't want to get in trouble from Facebook. But Small Faces. Love the Small Faces. There we go. That's what happened today. Just wondering if you knew that. Hey, I'm going to get into the next guest. But first, next Thursday, 2 weeks in a row, musical guests. Really excited about this. Next Thursday, my musical guest is from Edmonton, Canada. Musician Dave Von Becker, not to miss. Really cool guy. Really, really cool guy. But tonight, you are in for a treat. You guys ready for this? My guest is Rhode Island singer-songwriter, guitarist, and leader of the Silks, Tyler James Kelly. The Silks are a roots rock band with 2 consecutive Boston Music Awards, Blues Artist of the Year in 2016, and they won the same one in 2017. Tyler James and his Telecaster Workhorse have blues, grit, and soul. Check it out.
Got to live and learn before I'm dead and gone. Let my freak flag fly, let my hair grow long. And ain't always said before too long. I've got to live and learn before I'm dead and gone. From time to time we try to steer ourselves straight. Time and time again I've tried to keep from my honky-tonk ways. Time to time we try. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes you just have to want to change. I've got to live and learn before I'm dead and gone. Let my freak flag fly, let my hair grow long. And ain't always said before too long. I've got to live and learn before I'm dead and gone.
There he is, Tyler James Kelly. How's it going, my friend?
It's going well. It's going well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem, dude. So right now, you're in Maine. What are you doing in Maine? Tell us about that.
Oh, it's just a spontaneous weekend getaway type thing. So I'm glad we got some Wi-Fi to hang out.
Yeah. And you went swimming today. That's cool. That must have been awesome up in Maine.
Oh, it was perfect. A little bit of cliff diving.
Cliff diving in Maine, really?
Yeah, getting some freezing cold water. It's perfect. It's unbelievable.
You know, I used to go to Hampton Beach as a kid. Hampton Beach was freezing, even if it was in the middle of August. It was rough.
Sure, I like it. I do like it when it's got a little bit of a bite to it.
Yeah, like an IPA. The water in Maine is like an IPA. It's really hopsy.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
It's got a bite to it, my friend. It's got that Telecaster water. It's got some nice bite. Hey, I got a lot of questions for you, and first of all, thank you so much for being on the show, trying to promote local artists. You're not really local. You're kind of like a national guy now. You got a big head yet, or what?
Never. Never. That's no way to be.
No way to be. Well, I noticed your hat's a little bigger this time.
Well, you said head. Big hats. I love Johnny Paycheck. You ever see the size of his hat?
Yes, they are huge, huh?
They're amazingly. Yeah, you can't even walk through a door.
Yeah, he's kind of started that thing.
Yeah.
Hey, let me start. Man, I've been listening to the bootleg. That's your latest recording, the live bootleg?
No, that's a couple of years old. I guess it's the last recording. Yeah. It's the last recording. Yeah. But there's been quite a few changes since then, for sure.
Yeah. Your sound has changed a bit, but man, Rolling Wheel, what a swinging tune. I love the whole album. I'm listening to it. It is crisp and just dirty and fun. I mean, I could listen to that in my backyard, drinking a glass of wine or being on the beach. It's just a great sounding album.
It's very nice of you. That probably has a lot to do with Steve Rizzo as far as how it sounds. But I'm glad you said it was fun, because sometimes that's an important ingredient, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got to have fun sometimes. So that's nice to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So Tyler, was that recorded right from the board and then maybe overdubs, or was it mics on stage, ambient mixture?
Yeah, it was mostly live, and then a few things overdubbed here and there.
Yep.
That's for Let It Ride. Yeah.
Right. Man, it's great for just a 3-piece, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, at the time, yeah, that's what I mean. Quite a bit has changed since then, but yeah, we were just 3 amigos.
3 amigos. Yeah, you got another guy, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But your style, it's like you're an acoustic guitar player with the finger picking, but you're playing electric. So you're kind of like banging your thumb to get the root note going, and you're adding chords over it, and it's just really good, really soulful, really bluesy, and you fill out that sound as a trio. I got to hand it to you. It's really good. Sounds awesome.
It's very nice of you. I think that's your opinion, which is cool. Not everybody shares that opinion.
No.
With you, unfortunately, no. You know how it is. Some people are like, you need more. You need. You know what you should do, kind of folks. That's my favorite thing to hear. If you know what I'm saying, wink, wink.
You know what you should do. Yeah, that's tough.
You need an organ player. You need a this. It's like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever carried an organ into a van? It's
Yeah.
not for anybody.
You guys need a B3 organ. Yeah, all 9,000 pounds of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we need another van then too. So.
Yeah, you need another musician, and you need a cut from the profit. There's a lot to that.
Right.
Yeah, yes, sir. Your little quote about you know what you need is actually costing me money. So shut up. But the cool. Oh, I think you froze up a little. You just froze up. Can you repeat that? No, go ahead, Tyler. I'm sorry, you froze up.
Long story short. Yeah, likewise. Long story short, it's very hard to make everyone happy.
Yeah,
it's a tough job.
You're an artist, right? Why would someone recommend, unless you're asking, hey guys, what do you think of the new album? That's one thing, but for people to recommend what you should do, what your sound is, where you're going.
Sure. I kind of just let it be organic. I'm never trying to pigeonhole a sound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually just trying to keep my feet planted in roots, anything, whatever that may be. My whole record collection is just roots music, so that's really where I need to live.
There you go. So Heather Lee McLaren says, love Tyler James Kelly. She also says, amazing band.
I'm sorry, you broke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading some of the comments. Heather Lee McLaren, amazing band. Love Tyler James Kelly. Jamie Dorsey, great voice. Rick Greenwood, San Diego in the house. Nice. I'll tell you what you need to do. You can. Yeah, he's about to say. he's just goofing. People love you, my friend. So, tell me about where you grew up. You're a Rhode Island guy, huh? Tell me about your roots here.
I am. I grew up outside of Providence, and as soon as I was 14, we were just a bunch of skater rats. And believe it or not, I had a pretty good handle on a skateboard. I know by looking at me, you wouldn't think so, but I loved it to death. And but I realized quickly that the kids that were 2 years younger than me were doing all the same tricks and more. So I was like, man, pretty soon I'm going to get hurt doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to keep up with these guys. So I ended up naturally started playing guitar more. I always played guitar, but I really took it serious around 10 and 12, Mm-hmm. I started playing when I was 5 because my father played a little bit. But I really got serious when I put the skateboard down.
Nice. Were you regular or goofy foot?
I'm regular.
Yeah.
I'm just regular Joe, man. Same with snowboarding. I'm just regular guy.
Yeah. First time I heard that, I was like, what? Regular or goofy foot? I think I'm goofy foot, but I'm not good. I'm really bad foot. I'm disgusting. Well, I'm glad you gave up the skateboard and picked up the guitar.
Oh,
That's cool. So so Providence your whole life, or did you go to school and work, or?
Yeah, I went to school. I did go to school at Pilgrim.
So did I. I went there for a couple of years.
Interesting. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I didn't have the best time at school. Just, I think for anybody who's different or really knows what they want early on, I think that can be frustrating looking back on the other kids. Like, I always knew I just wanted to play guitar, or write songs, or just get out of the state entirely,
Yeah. Rhode Island's so small.
Yeah.
Doesn't take.
I mean, I do love the state. Even though I've traveled quite a bit now. I do love our little secret of a haven that we have as Rhodey.
Yeah. There's a lot to here. Do you find? Do you miss Rhodey when you're on the road?
Yes and no. It depends on how long I'm on the road. So if it's like 2 months, I can start to miss it. But I'm a vagabond at heart, so
yeah,
I'm pretty cool with just about being anywhere, and I'm comfortable in any place.
That's cool. Comfortable in your own skin. Heather Lee McLaren is asking, I would like to know if Tyler took guitar or voice lessons.
I've never taken voice lessons. I'm still teaching myself how to sing. And I've taught myself mostly on guitar, like everything that I find that folks particularly like about my playing, I taught myself. Did I take guitar lessons for a few years in the beginning? Yes, I did, but they weren't satisfying. Put it this way, I wanted to play blues terribly in those days, like early 1920s blues. I wanted to know badly.
Oh wow, Robert Johnson.
Like what is he doing with his thumb?
Yeah.
And my guitar teacher at the time ended up saying, "Don't listen to that crap," like blah blah blah. and it was very discouraging because I'm 10 years old,
Yeah.
And he's an elder, so I kind of was like looked up to him as well, and it was confusing. So, and eventually you grow into your own, you make your own damn decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean Robert Johnson. Yeah, that's crap. He only launched like 10 million bands.
Right.
Led Zeppelin being one of. I don't know if you heard of them. Yeah, bad advice. People give bad advice all the time. So with the pandemic, oh no, tell me about your first band. What was your first band?
I don't remember what the first band was called. There's been quite a few. I think it was more like we were just all, I hate to use the word jam, but we were everybody was jamming with just trying to find their footing and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think any band names really stuck or anything like that. It might have been like the Love Bullets. We were trying to be cheeky and sexual at the same time, which is just awful looking. It's just terrible. It's so cheesy. But yeah, I think we really like the Love Bullets or something.
The Love Bullets.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? You should bring that back. Tyler James and the Love Bullets. Right. Everyone needs to go on a blues journey, says Sal Socco. He's a mandolin player. He's actually in a bluegrass band in Rhode Island. So yeah, you froze up with the cup in your face. That's a good shot. I should take a picture of that.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. What did you say when it froze up? I couldn't.
Yeah, you froze up, and what I was saying while you froze is that it's a really cool shot that you froze and the cup was in your face. What I was saying though before that was Sal, who just made a comment about everyone needs to go on a blues journey. He's actually a bluegrass musician, plays mandolin. So Some good people
Right on.
listening tonight. I bet you have a pretty wide selection of albums. Tell me about that.
I do. However, they are heavily based in just anything roots, meaning like it could be Ray Charles,
Yeah.
which you cannot put that man in a box. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by when I say the roots for anyone listening. You can't put him in a box or a genre is what I mean. But I listen to a lot of Jerry Lee Lewis, but it's not the stuff that you would think. It's not Great Balls of Fire. It's just Jerry Lee doing country. So he's just doing country. I got a lot of country records. I grew up listening to like Jerry Reed,
Right.
Waylon Jennings, and
There you go.
like that.
The classics. Yeah.
Oh, there's plenty more, but you know what I mean. It's got that, and then obviously a lot of blues. Buddy Guy, Freddie King, all the Kings, really. So many.
You know what I love? I
Gosh,
love
what?
the Buck Owens Bakersfield sound.
Oh, you can't beat that. Yeah, I mean Merle's the best.
Yeah, Merle. Yep.
If I had to mention a favorite, he's probably what I play the most, just because of his songwriting, and I mean Roy Nichols on guitar is just out of this world. It's so creative. Emotional, and playful. It's like it's very cheeky, but still bluesy. You know, it's never like too cheesy, in my opinion. I like how spanky it is and playful.
Yeah. Well, it's the godfathers of that sound, right? It was simple, but like raw and true and real. It was good stuff.
True that.
People are leaving comments here. Blues Journey, Too True, Bakersfield, baby. They're all leaving. Any questions you guys have for Tyler James Kelly? He's on the road right now, right? You're kind of in between dates. So just leave a comment and I'll ask him. And if you want to find out more about him, right below his name, The Silks Music. Go check them out. That last live album, although it's just a slightly dated, has a great sound. So the band, let's talk about the band. Soulful and tight, man. Really, really good. And I love the stripped down harmonies. Your drummer, Uncle Sam Jodry, he's the harmony guy, right?
Yeah, he's one of them. Yep.
Yep. Is that?
Sam. He's the high voice.
He's the high voice. Yeah. Usually it's the bass player that has the high harmony. Not with you guys, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually, I would say bass particularly. Well, especially in bluegrass. You know, they want to stick around the same range that they're in. You know.
Yeah.
Because they can hear the upright better. You know.
Right.
And live within that chord when they're singing. But Jonas sings bass and he plays the bass. So.
Right. And you got Johnny Trauma. Tell me about him. He's like the new boy on the block, huh? The guitar player.
Yeah, I think Johnny's been around with us for maybe almost 2 years. Johnny is just he's an incredible, soulful cat. You know, he's a good dude. And he's been a vet. You know, meaning he's played in a lot of groups. He's been playing a long time. He's easygoing. He wants to play, you know, maybe what's right for the song instead of overplaying and all that stuff. Not to get too nerdy, but hopefully you know what I mean there. Yeah.
You guys are you're a good mix. Some good rhythm going on there, and then he lays down some really tasteful fills. But really tight band. So you're on tour right now, right? You got some dates coming up. How's it going playing during the COVID times with less people and social distancing?
It's pretty hard. It's tough. You know, we had the same tour canceled twice so far, which is really rough. Because it was going to be a great tour. We were supposed to be on the road with Driving and Crying right now.
Yep.
That was down to Nashville and back. A bunch of great dates with them in killer rooms. We were playing the Caverns down in Pelham, Tennessee. So that got moved to next year. So thankfully it got moved and not canceled. But so everyone knows, it has been postponed twice. So be cool out there, wear your masks and stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating because you want to play out. I mean, your band sounds fantastic live. I haven't seen you live, but I've heard and watched the live videos, and it's just, you guys are made for the bear soaked stages. You know, it just sounds good there.
Yeah, well, I think personally, in my opinion, I think music sounds better in person. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's great sounding records out there, but I really think we're supposed to feel this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Not just hear it.
Yeah, and it's pretty danceable, really groovy. Your stuff's really good. All right, let's get into the... I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said that's usually a good goal.
Yeah, that's a good... Yeah. I like your songwriting, but you know what you should do? You should make them danceable.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your guitars, okay? I'm a guitar freak.
Oh, sure.
I think you have some that you can show off, can you?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Everybody seems to really love the Telly.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
this is a 1964 Telly, but with a 68 neck.
64 Telly, huh? Wow.
Yeah. So it's like
There you go. You can spank that thing.
So it's kind of, you see it's kind of faded out.
Yeah, that's real relic. That's the real dated relic stuff. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, the buckle scratches.
You can see where the neck used to look, the color of the neck used to be.
Dude, that is beautiful.
It's pretty wild. And my sweet lady got me this is actually a Stingray pick guard. It's a real Stingray. This used to be its spine right here.
Oh, okay. Right across the lip. Yeah, lipstick pick. That's cool. A Stingray leather, huh? Well, the skin of a...
It's the back of a Stingray, yeah.
Wow.
I felt bad about when I first heard about it, but it was too cool not to put on the guitar, so...
Yep.
He's already dead, sadly.
Well, imagine being a baby Stingray, and the father Stingray is saying, you're going to be something someday. So, and I'm not trying to make you cry here, but he's having this really emotional talk with his baby Stingray son. You're going to be something someday, and then he gets caught and he gets stripped and glued to a piece of wood.
Right.
You're cruel.
Well, if it says anything, I do love it. So it'll never be.
It looks great.
It'll never leave that guitar. I love it so much. It's ugly as hell, and I love it to death.
No, so is that your main stage guitar, right? Main playing guitar?
Yeah, that's my number one. Like it's always in tune, no matter the weather. I can drop it and it's still in tune. It's one of those. It's very, very incredible.
What's with tellies? You can just bang them around. They're just like tables.
It's that design. Leo nailed it. He nailed it. Simplicity.
Okay, then number 2, you have a Gibson. This one's beautiful.
I do have a Gibson. This is a
dude
ES 330 1962.
Oh,
it's got the wiggle stick. This is a sweet one because it's got the P90s.
Yeah. And you said that's out of phase, P90s?
In the middle position, they're out of phase, so you get that T-bone walker or the meters type sound.
Yeah.
And walnut kind of back. It's cool. I might have to swap out the tuners because it's not Gibsons in general, in my opinion, the way I play anyway. She has a hard time staying in tune. Mm-hmm. She's also completely hollow. So on a day like today, a really beautiful hot day, she might bitch at me a little bit,
Your woman
And
is out of tune.
Yeah, and I can't have that, because the guitars I play, we're working, you know what I mean? Like I don't have collector's guitars. I have tools.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Like these things need to work and operate like perfectly, or else I'm going to sell them or give them away. It's just insane.
Yeah,
I can't deal. I get very impatient. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
a collector. I'm a player. I like to play these things. If I'm tuning more than I'm playing, problem.
Yeah, yeah. It just looks good. It's just a pretty girl on your wrist, but it's not. That's it. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
my style. Yeah.
All right. So
And
this
then
next
slide-
one, this is unique. This is unique.
I kind of just put this thing together. This is it looks like a Strat to most folks, right?
Yeah.
It's Strat body, very simple. Simple design, but it's actually just a cooter caster, and what that is if you ever heard the crying table, what they call it down south, but it's the pedal steel.
Yeah, the pedal steel crying table, right? Right. Oh, you just froze up on me a little bit. Hey, everybody. This is me again. Nobody watching, but there's a first for everything, right? First time for everything. I lost the feed, which was a bummer because I was asking some really cool questions. Anyway, lost Tyler, lost the feed. Oh, live broadcasting, you gotta love it. Frustrating. But anyway, so I don't even know why I'm speaking. No one's listening. I'm all alone. But if anyone's watching this, I had a great show. But Tyler James Kelly, awesome guy. Great guitar player, singer, songwriter, guitarist from the Silks. But we were right near the end of his interview. I just had a few questions about he's got a little solo deal going on. And then also the rest of his tour we were just going to talk about. But really good guy. I mean, he backed up the Replacements, Rocky Erickson, Drive-By Truckers, Dare Tick, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Marshall Tucker Band. The list goes on and on. He backed up a lot of people. They're on tour now. Another part of their tour is being postponed, not canceled. So anyway, Heather, you're back. Thank you. Someone's back from the original. You need to go see them live. Yes, I do. I really do. I started hearing about them, and then COVID happened. So anyway, that's just how it is. That's how it is. All right, now people are signing on. But anyway, Heather, thanks so much for tuning in. So we were right near the end. Anyway, we were 3/4 of the way through the interview. Like I said earlier, I was just going to talk about the producer Paul Westerberg, singer, guitarist from the Replacements, classic guy. I used to see his band back in the day, the Replacements. So yeah, Cowboy and the Lady. Right. Let me put that up here. Cowboy and the Lady. He does a thing with his girl Jess. Yeah, Cowboy and the Lady. Yeah. So, and I was going to ask him about that. A few things about that, how it feels to be kind of stripped down and just playing just him and her together. But that's good. So you've seen them live, apparently. That's awesome. How long have you been following them? Just type your little comment in there. Curious how long you've been following Tyler James. And what a bummer. I really, really feel bad that we lost the feed on that. So let's see. What do we got? We got like 5 people watching here. What a bummer. First time. I made it to episode 58, all right? And I never lost a feed. It's always a first time, but 58 episodes since April 1st. Lost the feed. Oh, well. So, yeah, so you started seeing them 2 years ago. That's great. We'll turn this second half of the interview into interviewing his fan. Yeah, not long enough. I know when I listened to him, and I've been watching I watched probably most of the videos that he's put out, and they're absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The guitars are just gritty enough. They're clean, but just a little gritty enough. And they're awesome. Jamie, the Silks, my kind of band, aren't they? They rock. They got some good stuff. 2 guitars. They've been around for a while. LOL, yeah, that was a cool telly. 1962, my birth year. I always wanted to get a birth year guitar. And he's got a 62 telly with a 64 neck. That neck, look at that thing. It's like an oak tree on the back. It's all worn, all oiled up. Looks nice. But that third guitar, okay, so the thing he showed me earlier today, when we were talking earlier today, he's got a Strat with a pedal steel pickup, and the strings are lifted far up, so it's really, it's a slide guitar essentially. So he was just about to show it, and he was showing it, and then it froze up. But that would have been cool to show off. So I guess all I can say now, it's 9:54. I'm going to end in a couple minutes here, but if you're new to the page, go ahead and like and follow. Next week, I got a really cool singer-songwriter from Edmonton, Canada. You do not want to miss. He's great. Guy plays an old, what does he play? A Silvertone? Silvertone guitar? No, something like that. But anyway, good singer-songwriter. So since COVID, he and Jess have been doing a weekly show from their house. Yeah, I've been watching that. He pulls out the acoustic guitar and starts strumming away. So follow him on his Facebook page. Let me go here. All right, so I'm switching to this scene just so you can see Tyler James Kelly, the Silks. Just go to Facebook. Go ahead and follow him, Tyler-James Kelly, and he does live shows. He has his Venmo account at the bottom of the screen, so you can kind of donate to him. Because, musicians, they need money, right? They got to live, got to pay them. So that's really cool. What else is Heather? Go to the Silks Music on Facebook, rewatch their shows. Yeah, they're awesome. They're really, really awesome. And Heather, thanks for showing up and being like his number one fan here, So he's in Maine. I called him earlier today. He took a swim in the ocean, that crisp IPA Maine water. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to that. So anyway, what a bummer. I lost the feed. It happens. It happens. The good news with live feeds is it's live, and you get to interview and talk to people live all over the world. I mean, I've interviewed someone from Greece, heavy metal band from Greece, songwriter from Leeds, England, and now Tyler James right in our backyard. Next week, a guy from Edmonton, Canada, people from North Carolina, all over California. So that's cool. But, with that cool thing of going live, you get some problems, right? But that's all I was going to talk about with him, is just that. Yeah, and so Paul Westerberg, lead singer, main songwriter for The Replacements, he produced their first album, the Silks' first album, and I wanted to ask that question. I'll probably just text him later, but I don't know how he got him to produce. That's cool. And also, he's playing at Soundcheck Studios in Pembroke on the 21st of August, and I was going to ask him about the future. What does the future hold for the Silks? And that was pretty much it. And we're going to hang it up. So you guys watched probably 3/4 to 7/8 of it. But thanks for sticking around, guys. Really appreciate it. All 4 of you. Feel like I'm in a band, the first band where you play a club and there's only 4 people and 2 of them are bartenders. Playing to a tough crowd tonight, but a good crowd. Heather, Jamie, Monty Silva. Hey, Monty. Monty, you just showed up for part 2 of my canceled episode. Where are you from, Dave? You look familiar. Yeah, I'm from Warwick, Rhode Island. And I've been doing this show, Wine with Dave, for quite a bit. And, I do fun things like talk about, Bob Dylan. Today he put out his 3rd album many years ago. Andy Warhol's birthday. Today is National IPA Day. So I do this. I do nice little graphics and kind of educate people on things that are happening. The Small Faces put out their first single. And I have a little segment, did you know? You'll have to play back the video and you'll see. Not this one, but the one I just left. I'm going to delete this one when I'm done with this. So anyhow, thanks for following. I'm going to end for the night. It is 9:58, ending 2 minutes early. That's cool. Tyler just got back to me. I'll tell you what he said. Hey, Dave, not sure why we froze so much to no return, but thanks for the debut. Much appreciate and respect. Thank you for the support. I'm like, damn, that never happened. Well, we got through most of it. He says, yeah, I tried to call you back, but no luck. Thanks. Really grateful guy. I love him, He's got a friend for life now. So take care, everyone. I always end with this little quote, and I forgot what it was. What is the quote? Everyone has a expiration date. That's it. Everyone has an expiration date. Treat each other with love and fairness and respect. All right, folks. Next week, 9 o'clock, Thursday, my guest is... Let me go back here and tell you who it is. My guest is Dave Von Beeker from Edmonton, Canada. Really cool. You got to check it out if you're into musicians. Really cool guy. He's going to be in Canada. Well, he's in Canada. All right. Should I end? How do I end? Go see them live if you can. Yeah, good. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for all your comments, questions. Again, follow the page. Would really appreciate it. Bye-bye.